And we are live. Welcome back to Takes by Fans. We got a great show for you today. As always, we are live every single day at noon Eastern. If you want to watch live, head over to takesbyfans.com/watch. If you want to watch but not live, head over to our YouTube channel, Takes by Fans. We post all of our shows and clips of the show there on a daily basis. And if you just want to listen, we are on podcasting apps, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio. So however you want to watch or listen, we've got you covered in multiple ways. Alrighty, today's a big old Wednesday, folks, which you may be thinking to yourself, oh my goodness, thank goodness it's Wednesday Film Study Day. Yes, which it is. A little bit of a mini version, though. A lot to do this week, or a lot to do today. We've got Thanksgiving tomorrow. We got 3 games on tomorrow. We didn't have our show yesterday. Truly apologize for that. So today on the show, we are still having our Wednesday film study. It's going to get shrunken down a little bit. We'll be looking at Dolphins, Jets, Saints, Eagles, Steelers, Chargers, Texans, Titans. Looking at a little bit of a deeper, going a little bit more deep into some of those matchups, looking at some players and some teams, seeing if we should be buying them, selling them, heading into this week. We'll be predicting and reacting to at least the Thanksgiving Day lines so we can make our official picks tomorrow on the show. And then we have to update our power rankings since we weren't able to get to that yesterday because we didn't get the show. We still have to update our NFL power rankings as well. And then there's a couple of stories I want to kind of touch on and talk about because there's some things that have been happening over the last couple of days in the NFL that I got to get off my chest. I got to speak. So that's what we've got today, an absolute packed show. So let's start it with our NBA Daily 10. Let's get 10 minutes on the clock and talk about the NBA from last night. So here we go, 10 minutes on the clock. Next 10 minutes of uninterrupted basketball talk of what just happened yesterday in the NBA, and then 10 minutes start right now. Alrighty, only a couple of games on last night. Only 4 games on last night, but here we go. Let's start with this one. Heat at the Pistons, and the Heat get the big ol' win, winning 192. Nice win here for this Heat team. We know this Heat team is very, very good. Everybody's kind of back at the starting lineup. They're kind of 100% healthy now. Kyle Lowry at the 1, Duncan Robinson back at the 2, Jimmy Butler back at the 3, PJ Tucker at the 4, Bam Adebayo at the 5, and they are rolling like they were before, kind of Jimmy Butler went out for a little bit there. So, the C team is back on track of being the best team, top 3 teams. Where do we have them in our power rankings? I think we have them at number 3. What do we got? Heat at number 3, and we'll update this on Friday's show. So, this Heat team trying to climb back to that number 1 spot. So, Kyle Lowry, 15 points, 8 assists, 6 rebounds. Fantastic night by him. Duncan Robinson, 11 points, 3 rebounds. He shot pretty solid, 50%, 3 of 6 from 3, 4 of 8 from the field. He was a minus 15 on the floor, though, so a little unfortunate. We do see that Duncan Robinson has a little bit of a better defense than an overall offense about his game. So, a little bit of an outlier game from Duncan Robinson last night. Bam Adebayo down low at the 5, 15 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. PJ Tucker, no points. He had 6 rebounds. He doesn't take shots. He only took 1 shot. It was a 3. This is his game. And then Jimmy Butler, 15 points, 5 assists, 9 rebounds. Solid performance overall. But then who stepped up absolutely big time? Because we can't be having our leading scorers put up 15 points. That's not going to get it done. And that's exactly what happened last night. Tyler Hero led the team in scoring 31 mother-loving points off the bench. Holy cow, 31 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, a plus 15 on the floor, hit some big shots late down the stretch, helped steal the win for this Heat team. And man, oh man, Tyler Hero, folks, I know we say this every time we talk about this Heat team because we are seeing it every single game here by Tyler Hero. This is the bubble Tyler Hero, folks, the good Tyler Hero, not the little mediocre Tyler Hero of last season. This is the NBA Finals, the Tyler Hero that got to the NBA Finals, folks. Man, oh man, he is stepping it up absolutely tremendously. We would like to see Tyler Hero in the starting lineup, but why fix what's broken, what's not broken? Tyler Hero coming off the bench, yes, he's still playing starting minutes. He's playing 32 minutes, more than Duncan Robinson at 23 minutes, so he's still getting kind of starting recognition, just not in the starting lineup. And it's not that they don't need Tyler Hero in the starting lineup, but they don't need Tyler Hero in the starting lineup. You've got Kyle Lowry, you've got Duncan Robinson, you've got Jimmy Butler, you've got Bam Adebayo, who's being more aggressive as a scorer, so don't kind kind of force Tyler Hero into the starting lineup and just kind of overload your starting five, save it for the bench, and that's what they're doing. So big shout out to the Heat team, looking absolutely fantastic. They get the win last night, and against this Pistons team, they put up a good fight. Jeremy Grant did his thing, 21 points, 7 rebounds, led the team in scoring. Sadiq Bey, 15 points, 5 rebounds, solid as well. Cade Cunningham, in a little bit of an underwhelming performance on efficiency-wise. He had 6 points, 6 assists, not terrible, but 1 of 7 from 3, 20% on 10 shots, not going to get it done. And let's shout out the bench here for the Pistons. Frank Jackson, 13 points off the bench, we'll take it. And Hamidou Diallo, 10 points and 2 rebounds. Not bad off the bench here, but like we know, this Pistons team, they're not great overall. They don't even compare to this overall roster, the depth of this roster of the Heat. So Heat, little struggle in this game, but that's what happens. You play 82 games, you struggle here and there, but at the end of the day, they walk away with the win, and that's the most important thing. So Heat get the big old win here, 192 over the Pistons on the road. All right, then the next game up here, Lakers at the Knicks. No LeBron. This is a suspension game for elbowing the Detroit Pistons player that, once again, I forgot his name. Truly apologize. But no LeBron last night. And Lakers, they need LeBron. We need them to see, they do need LeBron at the end of the day. Face a good Knicks team, and they lose by 6, 106-100. Let's start here with the Knicks since they got the win. Julius Randle, 20 points, 16 rebounds, fantastic. Evan Fournier led the team in scoring, 26 points, fantastic, 6 of 9 from 3. Evan Fournier, he's looking real great on this Knicks team. Kemba Walker, 6 points. He had 5 assists, 4 rebounds, but 2 of 6 from the 3. Still not loving Kemba Walker 100% out here. And no Derrick Rose last night, and they still find a way to get the win. So solid out there for the Knicks. Nerlens Noel playing the 5 here for the Knicks last night, 4 points, 7 rebounds. And then RJ Barrett at the 3, 12 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. Off the bench, does what this Knicks bench does. Obi Toppin, 12 points, 4 rebounds. Alec Burks, 12 points, 6 rebounds. And Emmanuel Quickley, 14 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds. The bench here of the Knicks is a huge reason why that this Knicks team is good as a whole. They've got kind of a great second unit here with a solid first unit as well, and the Knicks hold down the stretch to hold the win. And then for this Lakers team, Russell Westbrook, once again, a solid night overall, 31 points, 10 assists, 13 rebounds, and he had like a 5-minute stretch in the third quarter where the Lakers were down big, and he was playing so good. He was aggressive. They were giving him space. He was shooting, and he was hitting it. He was getting the rebounds. He was assisting like he does all the time here, and it helped the Lakers get back in the game and make it close going into the fourth quarter. So once again, Russell Westbrook, a +0 on the floor, solid production overall. Taylon Horton Tucker, this is the starting lineup. Taylon Horton Tucker, -18 on the floor. DeAndre Jordan, -7 on the floor. Avery Bradley, a +5 on the floor. And Anthony Davis, a +8 on the floor. But Russell Westbrook played 8 more minutes than Avery Bradley and 4 more minutes than Anthony Davis. So overall, Russell Westbrook is still doing good things for this Lakers team. He did have 6 turnovers. Once again, the bad with the overall good. So still giving Russell Westbrook some credit. He was looking real solid in this game. Unfortunately, didn't have kind of LeBron James to really kind of bring it home last night. Anthony Davis, 20 points, 6 rebounds. He's playing the 3. They moved Taylon Horton Tucker to the 4, 0 points, 4 assists on 8 shots. And DeAndre Jordan at the 5, 6 points, 11 rebounds. Avery Bradley, 15 points, 9 rebounds. Really well done there. Off the bench, we get Malik Monk, 12 points, but on 1 of 7 from 3. Please, Malik Monk, be way more efficient out here. We're begging. And then Carmelo Anthony, 12 points, 3 rebounds. He shot 2 of 8 from the 3, 21% on 14 shots. And usually Carmelo's very, very efficient, so we're not going to knock Carmelo Anthony like we just knocked Malik Monk for being inefficient. We haven't seen Malik Monk be efficient this entire year, folks, where Carmelo Anthony, I think this was maybe his worst game of the year so far. So Lakers lose a close one here to the Knicks, 106-100, but no LeBron, so we're not going to weigh the loss too heavy. Alrighty, next game up is the Nuggets at the Blazers, and once again, folks, Blazers a 19-point win here, winning 119-100. The Nuggets, they're done, they're through, finito, dunzo, they're done, folks. Not having Michael Porter Jr., still no Jokic. This is not a team anymore. This is not a good team. This was not the Nuggets of last year, folks. Not having Michael Porter Jr. for basically the rest of the year, they won't be the Nuggets of last season either, once even Jokic gets back, and maybe even when Jamal Murray gets back. back. They're truly gonna miss that number 3. They're trying to move Aaron Gordon to the 3, but he's just not that kind of primary ball handler scorer. That's not really 100% of what Aaron Gordon is. He's more of a 4, power forward, great defense, getting it done down low, not a lot of jumpers, all that. That's not his game, and they're trying to have Aaron Gordon replace Michael Porter Jr. I don't think it's going to work out as we're seeing it unfold in front of us. So, well done for the Blazers. They're slowly getting back on track here. What do we got here for this Blazers team? What's their win streak? What's their last 10? Blazers, here we go. They're the 6th seed now. They're 10-8, a 4-game winning streak, 7-3 in their last 10. Starting to kind of turn around to Dame time. No, little bit out here. So well done for the Blazers here. Damian Lillard, 25 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds. Fantastic. 5 of 8 from 3. Yes, sir. Finally, a great shooting night by Damian Lillard. CJ McCollum, Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum both having a good game on the same game this season. When have we seen this? We haven't. CJ McCollum, 32 points, 2 steals, 3 assists, 3 rebounds. Fantastic. 5 of 9 from 3. Nurkic at the 5, 6.7 rebounds, a plus 18 on the floor. Fantastic. And Norman Powell, 15 points, 3 steals, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. So once again, the Norman Powell, Gary Trent Jr. trade is truly helping both teams out here. Gary Trent Jr. for the Raptors, Norman Powell for the Blazers. It's kind of a win-win scenario for them, so I'm kind of glad because I like Gary Trent Jr. He's getting it done for the Raptors, and Norman Powell was solid for the Raptors and is still translating here to the Blazers. So kind of both coming out with a good trade overall. Didn't look like the most even fair trade last year, but now this season, fresh start, they're both having great contributions for their team. And then off the bench here, we got Anthony Simons, 14 points, 5 rebounds. Love seeing him have great success out here. He shot 50% from the field. And Nasir Little, 13 points, 5 rebounds as well off the bench. So well done for the Blazers. And then for the Nuggets, Aaron Gordon at the 3, 11 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds, 0 of 1 from 3. Once again, he shot well, 55%, but on 9 shots. I mean, he's not a scorer. He's not an abundance of scoring, Aaron Gordon. So they're trying to have him fill it in like he is. Then we get Jeff Green at the 3, that actually, at the 4, that led the team in scoring. That's our 10 minutes, but we got one more game and a half to go, so let's keep going here. Jeff Green led the team in scoring at the 4, 24 points. He shot well, 3 of 4 from 3, 56% on 16 shots. We'll take that. JaMychal Green, 9 points, 5 rebounds. Will Barton, 11 points, 7 assists, 8 rebounds. That's real solid. Buddy was a minus 24 on the floor. Where's your defense, my bruv? And then Monte Morris at the 1 here, 16 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds. Shot well, 2 of 3 from 3, 63% from the field on 11 shots. Nothing great off the bench here, and the Nuggets come up short again. Truly unfortunate. And then the last game of the night, the Mavericks at the Clippers, and it goes into overtime, but the Mavericks get the win in overtime, 112-104, but Clippers down 3, last second shot in regulation. Who takes it? It's Paul George, and who cashed it? Paul George. So once again, very well done to Paul George out here, and I don't know, do I dare declare our early season MVP as Paul George? I'm loving what we've been seeing. It's like every game we're talking highly about Paul George, and I've got no problem doing that, folks. We're seeing it on a gamely basis, so we will be saying it on a gamely basis. And once again, Paul George, money from 3, forces overtime. Unfortunately, couldn't hang in overtime, but I mean, Paul George played 48 minutes last night. 48. Dorian Finney-Smith for the Mavericks played 48, and that was it. The 3rd highest minutes in the game was Reggie Jackson at 42. The 4th highest minutes was like Kristaps Porzingis with 40, Tim Hardaway Jr. with 41, Doncic with 41. So it's just Paul George out there every single minute of this game because they really need him out there. He's the only great consistent player on this Clippers team until Kawhi gets back, maybe at the end of the season, maybe. Let's start here with the Clippers. Yes, they lost, but we'll start here because Paul George had a great clutch shot. Paul George goes 26 points, 6 assists, 9 rebounds. He was not efficient last night. 1 of 6 from 3 and 30% on 23 shots. So definitely got to clean that up a little bit. But, I mean, you hit the game-tying 3 to force overtime. You still get credit for that. Zubac at the 5, 10.7 rebounds. Eric Bledsoe, 2 points. He only took 2 shots. And then Reggie Jackson, 31 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 steals. So love Reggie Jackson being aggressive. They need another scorer on this Clippers team. Paul George can be the scorer, but, you know, he's also the facilitator and the rebound and the defender and just the overall kind of floor general here for this Clippers team. So, you know, if somebody else could take over the scoring a little bit, it definitely helps out Paul George. And that was really it. Marcus Morris had 10 points, 5 rebounds, an all-right game by him. And then nothing great off the bench. We had Terrence Mann with 7 points, all right. Luke Kennard with 6 points. And we had Justice Winslow with 7 points, or Amir Coffey, with 7 points. So nothing great overall there by the Clippers, besides the main two, Paul George and Reggie Jackson. And then for the Mavericks, Luka Doncic is back, and they get a win here. Luka Doncic goes 26 points, 9 assists, 9 rebounds. Very well done. Tim Hardaway Jr., 13 points, 5 rebounds, but on 29% shooting, 2 of 10 from 3. Please be more efficient. Willie Cauley-Stein, 2 points, 2 rebounds in only 17 minutes. Kristaps Porzingis still playing the 4, 30 points, 7 rebounds. Well done by him. And then Dorian Finney-Smith, 17 points and 3 rebounds. Nothing great off the bench here for the Mavericks either, but they do get the win there. So Mavericks win 112-104 to the Clippers in overtime. Alrighty, that is all the NBA from last night. Let's see, do we get any great value in tonight's action? What are we looking like here in the lines and the matchups on this pre-Thanksgiving Eve? Can we make a little bit of money before the turkey comes out? Let's see. Here we go. On tonight's NBA slate, we got Suns at Cavs. Suns minus 7.5, Cavs plus 7.5. And we know we are loving this Cavs team. They're keeping these games close, folks, and we're absolutely loving it. This Suns team obviously streaking. The streak's got to come to an end at some point. No, I mean, we're just imagining that. I mean, it's impressive, don't get us wrong, but in the NBA, you lose, decently, a little consistently. So for the Suns, we get Frank Kaminsky is out, Darius Saric is out, and then for the Cavs, what do we got? Darius Garland is a game-time decision, and Evan Mobley's out. Damn, Evan Mobley is out. So Cavs plus 7.5. It is appetizing. We'll keep it in mind. Maybe we'll come back to this if we don't find any other great value. All right, we get Hornets at the Magic. Hornets minus 7.5, Magic plus 7.5. We'll stay away from this one. Don't really love betting on the Magic. Yeah, we're getting some solid points here at home, plus 7.5. And against the Hornets team that maybe Cole Anthony can keep it close against. But I think we'll stay away from that one. We get Lakers at the Pacers. Ooh, folks. I think I like this one. Lakers plus 4.5, Pacers minus 4.5. LeBron is good to go. He's no longer suspended. He's good to go in this game, back-to-back for the Lakers, but they'll have more energy because it's LeBron James on the squad. And then for this Pacers team, everybody's good to go. Karis LeVert's a game-time decision, but everybody's good to go here. But I'm taking the Lakers plus 4. This Pacers team, they don't win games. They don't win games consistently, anything like that. This Lakers team, they're just missing LeBron, and LeBron's back, and we get 4.5 points. Give me that. Oh, yes. Lakers plus 4.5. We're taking that all day. We get Nets at Celtics. Nets minus 1, Celtics plus 1. Ooh, this Celtics team has been rolling without Jaylen Brown, so we'll stay away from this one. Not great value either way. We get Pistons at Bucks. Pistons plus 15, Bucks minus 15. We're not swallowing 15 points. I don't care how good the Bucks are. They're very good. We get Bulls at Rockets. Bulls minus 9, Rockets plus 9. Don't want to swallow 9. The Bulls are very good though. Especially without, if they got Vucevic back, we'll take the minus 9. But until they're fully healthy, we're not going to be swallowing large spreads like this for this Bulls team. We like the team. Don't get us wrong. But Vucevic is a game time decision. Do we finally get back Vucevic? I hope so. We'll still stay away from this one until he's 100% back, and so we're not wavering on his in and out status. All right, we get Raptors at Grizzlies. Raptors plus 3, Grizzlies minus 3. Wizards at Pelicans. Wizards minus 4, Pelicans plus 4. We get Jazz at Thunder. Jazz minus 12.5, Thunder plus 12.5. Heat, Timberwolves. Heat minus 1, Timberwolves plus 1. I get Heat minus 1 in a back-to-back where everybody was really off. Let me see. Make sure everybody's good to go for this Heat team. I'll bet them in a back-to-back. I don't care. I usually don't like taking back-to-backs, but we've already got the Lakers plus 4.5, so I guess that's right out the window here. All right, Markieff Morris is out for the Heat, and everybody's good to go for the Timberwolves besides Josh Okogie is a game-time decision. Well, nobody was really on besides Tyler Hero all game last night, so we'll take the Heat minus 1 here against this Timberwolves team. They've only got a big 3, where this Heat team, they've got like a big 6. All right, last 3 games quickly. Hawks at Spurs. Hawks minus 4, Spurs plus 4. This Hawks team is getting back into the rhythm where you don't want to bet them just quite yet. 76ers at Warriors. 76ers plus 10.5. Warriors minus 10.5. I'll take the 76ers plus 7.5 if Joel Embiid is back, and I don't think he's back just quite yet. What do we got? He is still out, unfortunate with the COVID-19. Can this man get over the COVID-19? Jeez Louise. In a lot of game time decisions. Steph Curry game time decision. Tobias Harris game time decision. Danny Green game time decision. Jeez Louise. No way we're taking that many points. And then the Blazers at the Kings. Blazers -2.5, Kings +2.5. Still trying to see if this Blazers team is legit or not. Like we said, 7-3 in their last 10, looking real good, but not ready to bet them just quite yet. So we're just going to take the Lakers +4.5 in the Heat -1 tonight. Feeling real great about those values. Yes, you're in the back-to-back, but they got Thanksgiving off, so go out and get it done in the pre-turkey day. Alrighty, that is all the NBA we needed to go over for today. So now let's head over and talk about some stories in the NFL. Then we'll get to our Wednesday film study. Then we'll get to our power rankings. And then we'll get to predicting and reacting to the Thanksgiving Day lines. Alrighty. All right. Here we go. Just a little bit of we'll go down this list one at a time here. First story we got to talk about here. Giants fire offensive coordinator Jason Garrett. All right, it's time, folks. We gave him the benefit of the doubt. We gave him his second and third chance. We were buying heavy, folks. If you go into our preseason shows, we were buying heavy into Jason Garrett with all this great talent on this Giants team. We were expecting Daniel Jones to really take this next step like we just saw from Josh Allen, like we kind of saw from Kyler Murray the last couple of seasons. So, this is what we were expecting from this Giants offense, but it just did not look anything good the entire year. And I know Saquon Barkley was out, but he was finally good to go last week against the Bucs on Monday Night Football. And this was really the chance for Jason Garrett to show, all right, this is what we can do when we're fully healthy. This is what this offense is truly all about. And I know you're going against the Bucs and it's tough, but this is prime time football. This is everybody finally healthy, having Darius Slay and Kenny Galladay and Kadarius Toney and Saquon Barkley all on the field at the same time, all finally healthy. This was your chance, especially on national television. This was your chance to prove, hey, we're good. We've just been battling the injury bug, and that's not an excuse 100%, but this is what we can do when we're 100% healthy. We can compete. We can hang with the best teams in the league. This Bucs team with Tom Brady and a good defense and a huge cast full of weapons that they've got offensively. This was Jason Garrett's statement game to make, and obviously he didn't make it. 10 points, multiple turnovers, never really looked good. I mean, whenever I watch this Giants offense, it seems like every single play they run is the very first time they run that play. It never looks crisp, it never looks smooth, it never looks 100% practice. Daniel Jones doesn't look 100% confident. Even when running, he's a good runner. We do like him as a running quarterback, not 100% a dual threat, but he's got really solid speed and legs. But even when he's running, he looks like, hey, should I be doing this? Like, this was the play, right? Like, I'm a little hesitant. Like, should I keep running? Should I not? Should I throw this? Am I wrong here? It just never looks smooth. It looks like they don't practice, and it truly looks like they don't know what they're doing. There's no cohesiveness in their offensive play calling or what they're trying to do, but you really needed to get it done against this Bucs team, and they just didn't, folks. Do I still have this game open here? I mean, we didn't break down this game, so we can just talk about it quickly here. Daniel Jones goes 23 of 38, 167 yards on 23 completions. Come on. I know you've got gadget players, Kadarius Toney, that you can kind of, utilize a little bit more in the dink and dunk game. I get it. But overall, I mean, that is just absolutely unacceptable. 167 passing yards by Daniel Jones. Let me get this completion percentage up. He went 23 of 38. We got 60%. That's nothing good, folks. 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Did he fumble? Darius Slayton fumbled once and lost it. So multiple turnovers. The offense never looking cohesive, even though you had everybody healthy. Saquon Barkley's back, first game back, 6 rushes? What are we doing? 25 yards. What? And then, Kenny Galladay in the game, targeted twice. What? Finally healthy, finally good to go. 2 targets? What? This was your chance to show you can do it, Jason Garrett. After, everybody was off of Jason Garrett when he was the Cowboys head coach. And, they had their right reasons. I thought we could buy into Jason Garrett. I wasn't placing the blame 100% on Jason Garrett for the overall Cowboys' little shortcomings over the last couple of seasons. We gave Jason Garrett the benefit of the doubt here, but it was truly time to be fired, and it's unfortunate. And let's just quickly take a look at what this Giants offense was like in relation to everybody else. What are the yards? What are the numbers they are putting up? So here we go. The Giants offense this season, they put up 189 points. The league average is 238 points through 11 games, what they've been doing. So way below the average of scoring, and obviously you need to score to win games, and we saw them losing games and they're not scoring, and so those numbers do check out right there. They had a total of 3,228 yards overall through 10 games, and the average is 3,600. So they're 400 yards below the average. They're about 50 points below the average overall. Was it in the passing game or the rushing game? Let's see. Passing yards so far this season, they have 2,299, and the league average is 2,451, so about 200 yards below in passing, so they're not good at passing. It's not like, well, they're just not a good rushing team, but they're very good at passing. They're not good at passing. Are they a good rushing team and not a good passing team? They have 929 yards rushing, and the average is 1,162, so once again, about 200 yards below rushing, so they're below average in rushing. They're below average in passing. They're below average in just scoring overall. I mean, these are the offenses that this Giants team is kind of very close to. Let me see if you want your team to be considered in these offenses. The Jets offense, the Falcons offense, the Bears offense, the Lions offense. You ever want to be compared to the Lions offense? I don't think so. The Jags offense and the Texans offense. None of those teams are playoff contenders. None of those teams are the real deal. And the Giants, who have a star-studded offensive roster, are compared to all of these offenses. So it was just unfortunate. Jason Garrett's time, he can't do it. He's just not it, folks. He's not an offense coordinator. He's not a head coach. It's not looking great for Jason Garrett in the overall trying to get a job. I don't think he gets signed now. I mean, who's going to sign him now? There's no point to sign this man now. So, going into next season, I don't see this man having a job. I think his time in the NFL has ran out. He was a coach. He was a coordinator. It's great experience. It's great money. You got the fame. You got the recognition a little bit. But unfortunately, you just can never really get the wins. And a great quote here after he got fired, Jason Garrett on his firing saying, quote, "My expectations for our offense were much greater than what our results have been, and I accept full responsibility for that." So, hey, I give the man credit for, acknowledging, I'm taking all the credit here, not passing the buck, shifting the blame like Matt Nagy has been doing. It's not one of us, it's all of us, putting the blame on everybody. You're the head coach. You're the guy. Take responsibility. You move the ball better when you weren't calling plays because you were out for COVID. That was the best Bears game when you were not a single part in the offense at all. So I'm glad Jason Garrett took responsibility. There's too many great pieces for this team to flounder, and Jason Garrett taking all the responsibility. You got to respect him for that. So for that, we definitely respect Jason Garrett, but I can't see this man. I can't see this man back in the league being another offensive coordinator. I would not hire this man on my team. I'm not having this man run my offense. It's unfortunately over for the Giants. But did he deserve to get fired right now? I mean, who are they replacing him with? Freddie Kitchens? Yes, Freddie Kitchens from the Browns when he was the head coach. He was the interim head coach for the Browns. He went 6-10. Remember Freddie Kitchens, garbage. He went 6-10 with the Browns in 2019. The same team the very next year that went 11-5 with Kevin Stefanski's first time with the Browns there. So just nothing great. And this is what Freddie Kitchens' offense was compared in 2019 around the league. Here we go. The Giants, or the Browns, excuse me. Got to switch the teams here. Browns in 2019 with Freddie Kitchens as the head coach. The Cleveland Browns put up 335 points throughout 16 games. The league average was 365, so below average there. They put up a grand total of 5,400 yards. The league average was 5,500, so below average there. In the passing game, they had 3,500 passing yards. The league average was 37, so below average in passing. Okay, we just saw Jason Garrett be below average in passing. So what's the benefit of having Freddie Kitchens? And then in the rushing game, they had 1,900 yards, which actually was 100 yards above the average in the NFL in 2019, which was 1,800. But that was because they had Nick Chubb. So I guess Freddie Kitchen utilizes players. That was good. That was great because we haven't really gotten that with Jason Garrett either. Now that Saquon Barkley's healthy, hopefully the running game can kind of get back on track here. But at the same time, I don't think Freddie Kitchens is that much. He's not an upgrade. He's a step back because you get the experience with Jason Garrett. He was a head coach. He's been in the league, longer than Freddie Kitchens has. So overall, you don't get anything better. I probably would have kept Jason Garrett this season because the season's basically over for the Giants. You can get rid of him next year. It's not like you've got your replacement. If they're truly sticking with Freddie Kitchens, they're done for next year as well. It's not like Freddie Kitchens is going to be able to increase this offense. So not a great situation overall in the Giants. I think they got to blow it up. I get rid of the head coach. No disrespect to Joe Judge, but he's not a head coach. I mean, we see this on a weekly basis, a gamely basis. He just can't get it done. You got to get rid of Jason Garrett. You got to get rid of Freddie Kitchens, and you probably got to get rid of who's hiring these people at the top in the general manager. I'm blanking on the name. Gettleman. Don't know the first name. Gettleman's the second name, last name, whatever you want to call it. So you probably get rid of David Gettleman. I don't think that's right. Brian Gettleman? That's not right either. You get rid of Gettleman. You get rid of everybody. You clean house. There's just too much potential talent on this team to waste it right now. So we'll see what the Giants do for the rest of the year, but Jason Garrett will not be a part of it. Truly unfortunate. And Matt Nagy, you're probably going to get fired this year as well. Let's skip to this story. Matt Nagy is in some hot water right here. Bears coach. I mean, everybody's reporting that there's multiple people unhappy with Matt Nagy, which is obvious. You just need eyes to see that. I mean, the fact that they had their best game when Matt Nagy had COVID and could not coach, I mean, that speaks volumes, no? And the fact that he could not beat a Lamar Jackson-less Ravens team, I mean, it's just, the proof is in the last, 3 weeks with this Bears team. You get rid of Matt Nagy. But Matt Nagy, Bears coach Matt Nagy, on the report that he's been told he'll be fired after Thursday's game. He said, quote, "That is not accurate. I have great communication with ownership, George McCaskey, and Ted Phillips and Ryan Pace, and I have not had any discussions on that." So, Matt Nagy, you think your job is safe because they have not told you that you are fired, because you have good communication with them, and they haven't told you that you are fired a week before the game where all the reports are saying, hey, we're going to let you go after this game. So, Matt Nagy, once again, he thinks he's smarter than everybody. He thinks everybody else is wrong. He thinks he's right. Well, I haven't told I've been fired, so that report is inaccurate. Who's going to tell the person that they're firing that they're fired before the point that they're planning on firing them? They haven't fired you now because they're not going to have an interim head coach for the Thanksgiving Day game. That makes no sense. So we'll fire you after the game. We'll let you know after the game. We're not going to actively say you're fired and then let you go and coach this game. Who does that? You'll actively probably try and throw the game. I mean, that's why they don't fire you before the point that they have already made it a determination that you will be fired at this point. We're not going to fire you before this point. That's why we put you being fired after this point. So just because they didn't tell you that you're going to be fired, don't think you won't be fired. You're probably out next. And if you are out next, you need to go the same route that Jason Garrett just went. This should be the only and exactly the quote that Matt Nagy should be having once he gets fired after the Thanksgiving Day game. Win or lose or tie, because we know the Lions like tying. Win, lose, tie, it doesn't matter. You're fired. You're done. We've seen enough out of you. You're done. Your time is done here in Chicago. Please leave. And this should be the only quote after they say, Matt Nagy, you're fired. This should be the only words out of Matt Nagy's mouth. Quote, "My expectations for our offense were much greater than what our results have been, and I accept full responsibility for that." End quote. You walk out of the stadium. You don't talk to anybody in the media. You're done. You're done. Your time is done. You don't try to interview for another head coaching position or offensive coordinator position or anything like that. You're done. You're done. You retire. You're done. You're over. You ruined this Bears team year after year after year after year. You're ruining Justin Fields, and you're done. So We'll see if Matt Nagy gets fired. He thinks he won't get fired because they haven't told him he's fired. I think there's some flaws in that logic. And even it's crossing sports in Chicago. At the Chicago Bulls game, they have Fire Nagy chants. Matt Nagy has no relation to this Bulls team. He just lives in Chicago because he's coaching the Chicago Bears. So even the other Chicago teams are like, damn, if he was the head coach of this Bulls team, we'd get his ass out of here quick. So everybody wants Matt Nagy gone. Matt Nagy thinks he's going to stay, but we'll see. We'll see come Thursday. It should be an interesting Thanksgiving. As soon as the game's over, they do the turkey leg, whatever. Okay, you're bye-bye. You don't need a ride home on the team plane. It's in Detroit. You don't need to come back on the plane with us. You can do your Urban Meyer. You can have fun on the town because it's going to be your last fun for a while, unless you did some good savings, which we hope you did. So Matt Nagy, you got to go. They're starting to fire people, folks. They're starting to fire. So Jason Garrett was the thing that started the kind of dam for breaking, but now nobody's safe. Matt Nagy, you're up next. All right, what else do we get here? Next story up. Texans cut running back Phillip Lindsay. Ooh, I love it. The Texans were disrespecting Phillip Lindsay by not even using him all season long. And it's not like they had this great A1 tier 1 running back that was getting all the first team reps, and that's why Phillip Lindsay wasn't getting any burn this season. No. They had nobody. They had no rushing game, and they still weren't using Phillip Lindsay. And now they cut him. Absolutely disrespectful on the Titans, but this gives Phillip Lindsay the ability to sign wherever he wants, and that's what we are absolutely loving. We love Phillip Lindsay. We've been gushing over Phillip Lindsay ever since we've started this show, folks. We break him down every single time he plays. Back-to-back 1,000 rushing yard seasons his first 2 years. It's incredible, folks. Production went down in 2020 because they gave Melvin Gordon the start over Phillip Lindsay for some reason, but he was still averaging 4.3 yards a carry. Fantastic. And then this season, obviously getting no burn for whatever reason. I mean, we give David Culley the respect for kind of doing good with this Texans team for what he's been given, but not utilizing Phillip Lindsay is something I don't think I'll ever forgive or ever get past by David Culley. So we'll always have that black X on his resume overall if he does pan out to be a good head coach. But I mean, he's still averaging what do we got here? He's averaging 2.6 yards an attempt here, but that's because he's only carrying the ball twice a game. They're not giving him any great yardage here. But the thing that, stands out that we always gush over is the back-to-back 1,000-yard rushing seasons his first 2 years. And once again, Melvin Gordon was kind of his replacement for whatever reason. And Melvin Gordon has only rushed for 1,000 yards once in his career. Phillip Lindsay did it his first 2 years. More upside, a younger back, and you choose Melvin Gordon over Phillip Lindsay. It makes no sense. It was driving us crazy this season and last year. So Phillip Lindsay back on the market now, and I want to see him go to really the Titans. I think that's the perfect fit. And the Titans just cut Adrian Peterson. Truly unfortunate for Adrian Peterson. He was waiting in the wings. He was ready. He didn't do Dancing with the Stars. And then he just saw Iman Shumpert win Dancing with the Stars. So Adrian Peterson's pissed. You're going to cut me after 3 games? After I could have done Dancing with the Stars and been the first professional sports athlete to win? Wasn't that what Iman Shumpert was the first NBA player? Adrian Peterson could have been the first NFL player to win Dancing with the Stars. But no, he sat on the couch waiting for a team to call him. A team calls him, and then they cut him 3 weeks later? Now, Adrian Peterson, I mean, he had his best game last week at 40 yards rushing. He led the team in rushing for the Titans in the loss, unfortunately. But, he hasn't played all season. He's older. You need more than 3 games to probably get acclimated. I think he got stopped on a 4th and 1. Maybe that influenced their decision. But there is potential openings here for the running back position since they did cut Adrian Peterson. So if Phillip Lindsay goes to the Titans, I'm back to buy in the Titans team, folks. We are selling this Titans team. You'll see it in the power rankings when we do that a little bit later in the show. We knew we did need to sell this Titans team, and we saw what they did against the Titans, and the Texans, and we're like, all right, we're done. We're selling this team a little bit earlier than we thought we had to. So we'll see where Phillip Lindsay goes. I want to see him on the Titans. We'll buy right back into them. They can be a great team again without Derrick Henry, waiting for him to get back. It's truly going to be Phillip Lindsay. And a lot of people are respecting this. I'm seeing everybody. A lot of fans are saying, hey, I want our team to sign Phillip Lindsay. And for that, I was a little shocked. I didn't think everybody knew about Phillip Lindsay like that since he was getting disrespected on the Titans or on the Texans this season. Why was everybody allowing Phillip Lindsay to get utterly disrespected? But now that he's gone, everybody wants to say, hey, he's the guy. I love it that y'all are doing that, but we could have saved him on the Texans. I would have liked to see him on the Texans and turn it around with Tyrod Taylor. I thought that could have happened. So Phillip Lindsay is up for grabs, folks. If we have time, we'll watch Phillip Lindsay because this man's absolutely fantastic, but we got a lot on the show, and I think we are running a little bit late right now. So we will watch Phillip Lindsay, if we have time, we'll come back to it. But Phillip Lindsay, folks, he's great. He's great, folks. He's absolutely fantastic. Great, strong runner, fast runner, great athleticism, all that. He's literally got everything, folks. I don't understand. He's like Ramondre Stevenson. He's got everything. He's great at everything. So Phillip Lindsay, folks, somebody go out and get him. I really want to see him on the Titans. But anywhere else, I'm hearing the Patriots go out and get him. Fantastic. Potential on the Bills. They need a running back. Hey, I'll take him anywhere on a winning team because I want to see this man get a ring. I'll get this man a ring. Get this man a ring. Go to a Super Bowl contender. We'll see where he goes. Alrighty, just quickly, Titans signed wide receiver Golden Tate, a solid receiver. He's proven he could be kind of a number one receiver. He's got he had 1,300 yards in 2014, fantastic. 2 other 1,000-yard receiving seasons in back-to-back 2016, 2017. So he can get it done as a wide receiver number one for this Titans team. Obviously, Julio Jones on IR, so you kind of need another weapon out here. So Golden Tate, I think, is a solid signing, and we'll see how he plays out. Devon Funches signs with the 49ers, and it's kind of crazy. He hasn't played in 2 seasons, folks, and he's never been the best guy out here. His best receiving was in 2017, playing with Cam Newton basically his entire career for 840 yards. He was solid in Michigan. In college, just never really just popped in the NFL. And like we said, he hasn't played in 2 years, so we'll see what the 49ers do with him. And then the Jets placed Joe Flacco and Mike White on the COVID-19 list. Good thing for them. Zach Wilson is good to go, back healthy, back ready to play. So we'll see what Zach Wilson can do with this Jets team. Alrighty here, Jared. We don't need to get into this story. We might talk about that later if we have time. And then the last story right here: Browns designated running back Kareem Hunt and right tackle Jack Conklin to return from IR. So Browns should be getting a little bit better out here, which should help out Baker Mayfield a little bit. And we'll see if this Browns team can get back to what they were last year and back to really what they should have been this year, which is a little bit better than 11 games. Seeing that next step, seeing that increase. So getting Kareem Hunt back, helping out Nick Chubb. Obviously running back by committee. They don't need the committee, but the committee is very good. Baker Mayfield getting his lineman back, getting another kind of weapon in the backfield back to open up the passing game. Kareem Hunt's fantastic, great explosive runner. So we'll see what this Browns team can do when they're getting a little bit more healthy now. Alrighty, those are all the stories that we just needed to touch upon quickly here. So let's shift focus to our Wednesday film study, our favorite day on the show. Can't do a full-fledged Wednesday film study today because of Thanksgiving and missing the show yesterday, but we still have a couple of things we can watch here to ease our fix of our Wednesday film study till we have to wait till next Wednesday to do it for week 12 or week 11. What's today? Is this week 11, week 12? We got week 12. All right, whatever the week is, whatever it is. Y'all know. It doesn't matter. It's Sunday football. Who cares what week it is? Alrighty. Alright, so the first matchup I want to take a look at, folks, we are going to the Dolphins at the Jets. And why are we going to be watching the Dolphins at the Jets here? Is because we're going to focus on Tua. What a great game by Tua out here. He had like 80% completion percentage, 273 yards, 2 touchdowns, a boneheaded pick, unfortunately. But most importantly, they get the win. They get the win, and Tua looked great, and everybody is still knocking him, and everybody in the media is not ready to give him the credit he truly deserves, and that's fine. Y'all take all the time y'all need. Hopefully not too much time. We are always believers in Tua. We've never wavered off of that, so if y'all want to waver on Tua, I'll let you do it. I'm not going to stop you from doing it, but we don't do that over here. And Why are people disrespecting Tua or just not seeing Tua for really what he is, which is a great football quarterback in this league? It potentially is because he's a left-handed quarterback. So everything's kind of flipped on how they have to throw the ball and what the plays are. Receivers aren't used to left-handed quarterbacks. Usually, for the most part, left-handed quarterbacks aren't good. Who was the last good left-handed quarterback? Michael Vick, maybe, and he was a dual threat quarterback. I mean, Michael Vick's great. I'm not slandering or knocking Michael Vick any here, but he was a dual threat quarterback, so not truly a pure left-handed passer. So left-handed quarterbacks have never gotten any play in the NFL. So what did this one user do? He did. He got, he had, I was going to phrase it, but I already ruined it, so I won't phrase it like that anymore. But anyway, they flipped it, folks. So now we are going to watch Tua in this Jets performance. I believe these are his highlights right here. And we're going to watch what does Tua look like if he's right-handed. This is a reverse of the screen, folks, kind of an inverse of the screen. So we're going to see what Tua's going to look like if he was a right-handed quarterback. So, we all know right-handed quarterbacks because literally 99.9% of all quarterbacks in the NFL are all right-handed, and there's really been no good left-handed quarterbacks. So I think that could be a potential why Tua doesn't get as much recognition in the national media, because we're not used to seeing left-handed quarterbacks, and maybe the left-handed angle throws just look a little bit worse because we're all used to right-handed passes and how those look traditionally. So we get the right-handed version of Tua. Let's watch it. Is this great? Are we wrong? Are we right on Tua? What are we looking like now that we can kind of judge him on an equal playing field because he's right-handed? So let's watch some Tua out here and see what this man would look like if he was a traditional right-handed quarterback. So let's watch Tua work here, folks. Right-handed Tua. Here we go. Boom, boom. Strike real quick. 5-yard strike to the tight end. Good as heck, folks. Traditional right-handed quarterback like all the other right-handed quarterbacks do. Here we go. Rolling out this time. Throwing on the run. Gets the first down. Looking fantastic. These passes are all accurate as heck and looking great because they're in their traditional right-handed form. Here we go. Stepping up into the pocket a little bit. Dumping it down. All right, only a 2 yards or so. Here we go, next play up. We get a 3rd and inches here, play action pass, and there it is, just to stop and throw. Once again, right-handed Tua looking immaculate, picks up the first down and moving the ball, hitting Mike Gesicki that time. Here we go, right-handed Tua in the red zone. Ooh, a nice little out, picks up about 6-7 yards on 2nd and 11. Setting up 3rd and 4, right-handed Tua in the red zone. What does right-handed Tua in the red zone look like? Well, he dumps off the ball, and he stays on his feet, and he goes. Now, this is a little bit more of the receiver right here, but overall, he got the ball out of his hands. He was able to get the ball out of his hands, see the right read. Everything else was really well covered. And he dumps it off there, and it goes big. Trusting your guys. You've got to distribute the ball, and that's exactly what Tua did on this entire first drive, and it results in a touchdown. All right, what else do we get from Tua here? Play action, set up screen, fantastic. Led the receiver, fantastic. Accurate as heck, looking good. Right-handed Tua out here is looking like every other right-handed quarterback and better, and some. Here we go, going deep over the middle of the field, and this was the pick here by Tua. Stepped up in the pocket, just overthrew the receiver a little bit, and that is fine. Tua, he has these 1 interceptions every single game that kind of get away from him, some bonehead decisions here and there. I'm not excusing it. That's the only knock that we have on Tua. We get like 1 bad play a game, and this was the 1 bad play. The ball sails on him a little bit. We'll get a replay here from the back angle just to see it. Just a little bit too much on this one. Just a little bit too much sails on him, and that's an easy pick for the Jets defense. But here we go, back at it. Does he give in? Does he flounder? Does he be like, oh shucks, I threw a pick, game's over, game's lost? No. He's one of the clutchest quarterbacks in the league, folks. He gets it done. The reason why, everybody likes to talk up Sam Darnold, saying he's good, and Daniel Jones saying he's good and all that, but they don't don't get the wins. They don't move the ball consistently. Tua puts up the points. He never really gets blown out besides the Bills, and that's just something he just can't beat. He can't beat the Bills. He's not ready to beat the Bills yet. And once again, this is a second-year quarterback, so him not beating every single team or looking great against the best defenses. This Bills defense is good, going back to last year as well, and he gets dominated by the Bills. It's unfortunate. So I guess another knock, if you want to say, gets destroyed by the Bills and, has a boneheaded play most games. But still, young quarterback getting better every single game. The offense is trash. The line is trash. The offense coordinators are trash. That's all it is. But, Sam Darnold, he doesn't move the ball. You know how many games Sam Darnold has put up like 3 points, no points, barely moving the ball, and he doesn't result into any wins, anything like that. But everybody loves to talk up Sam Darnold. And same thing with Daniel Jones. You know how many times he's scored like 10 or less points? We just saw it on Monday Night Football. Not able to move the ball with a great cast of supporting characters, with a great running back and great receivers. And he gets more play and recognition than Tua does, and he's not winning games. We just see this man not win games. Tua wins games. He gets it done. Let's continue with the right-handed Tua out here. Here we go. Just once again, quick strike there. Gets batted down at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 5. Can he pick up a third down? Tua dropping back to pass, floating back, and this one gets away from him, and they have to punt the ball. Womp, womp. All right, next drive here. Tua, play action, rolling out. Boom, right on the money. A nice out route that he puts the ball absolutely on the money on. To Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle's been pretty solid here for Tua. Once again, boom, right there. 3rd and 5. He does go a little bit short of the first down right here. Play was designed. This was the design play. You get 2 wide receivers right on top of each other, hoping that this man can spread out and get open a little bit. But there was another Jets defender. So this is the play, folks. This was the design play to throw to Jalen Waddle right there. It's not like Tua, designed this play. Once again, the entire offense for the Dolphins is trash besides Tua. This is bad play calling right there. Scheme your players to the line of scrimmage, or the line to gain, please. 2nd and 8, just dumps it down right there. Here we go, 3rd and 4. Can he pick this up? Standing tall in the pocket, and once again, what a strike here. Right-handed to a strike over the middle of the field. Look at the accuracy. Right in the hands, in stride, so the receiver can pick up another 8, 9, 10 yards. Mike Gesicki was finally back this week, thank goodness. And unfortunately, it gets called back. So that's not on Tua. So sets up 3rd and 11. They should have had the first down. What does Tua do here on 3rd and 11? Well, almost took a sack in the end zone, but stays on his feet, avoids the pressure, avoids being taken down for a sack, and then just ends up running with it. We don't like Tua as a running quarterback. He's really not fast at all, folks. I don't even really classify him as a dual threat quarterback. He's just a quarterback that can maybe scramble because there's nothing open. I don't want this man running. Alrighty, here we go. Next drive up here. Once again, just a nice slant. Once again, the accuracy right here. 1-step drop, hits Jalen Waddle. Perfect accuracy. Picks up about 5, 6, maybe even 7 yards right there. Sets up 2nd and 3. Next play, boom. Picks up the first down. Accurate. Trying to do something right before halftime. Here we go. Keep on going. 56 seconds left. Dumps it down right there. Quick strike throws to get into field goal territory. Another play right here. 30 seconds left. Steps up in the pocket. Boom. Hits the outright on the left sideline. Picks up the first down. Stops the clock. All that. Looking to get some points right before halftime. Dinks it down again. Just inching closer to getting an easier field goal. Now he can open it up a little bit. Once again, another great throw on 2nd and 9. Picks up the first down. Mike Gesicki, fantastic. Great accuracy again. Now in the red zone, trying to hit a touchdown right before halftime. Can he get it done? Steps up in the pocket. Short throw. Right into the ground. 8 seconds left. One more shot to the end zone, and he goes a little bit short. Didn't like the play calling right here. Sets up 4 seconds left, and then they go and settle for a field goal that does not go. Unfortunately, miss. Let me see what actually happened. Little refresher here. Did we miss the field goal? Was it blocked? Missed field goal. Absolutely trash. After Tua just literally gave you like 4 extra yards by dinking it down, a 32-yard field goal. No good. But it was Tua on that drive positioning this team. I didn't like that he didn't take like a shot in the end zone. He just tried to dink it down and get a couple extra yards, but I guess that's probably what the tone was in the offense. I don't know what the overall plan of this drive was, just to get 3. Maybe they didn't want to push it. Once again, the non-aggressiveness here by this Dolphins team. I mean, we're seeing everybody being aggressive, going for it on 4th down over and over and over again. Even Bradley Staley in fourth quarter of this week's game, 3 minutes left, tie game at your own 30-yard line. They go for it on 4th and 1. How bizarre was that? But they get it done. It's working out a lot more than it's not working out, and this Dolphins team is still not going for it on 4th down. So not aggressive right here, and we see it. Alrighty, after halftime, can right-handed Tua still live up at halftime? Here we go. Boom, right on the right sideline. Bango, bango. I believe that's Albert Wilson. Hits it absolutely right on the money. Decently in stride. Could have been maybe thrown a tad bit better. Maybe a tad bit if we're truly nitpicking. But, I mean, he hits it right in stride. It's open. Bango, bango. Looking good on that right sideline. That right sideline because he's right-handed. And this play gets called back because of pass interference. So, once again, another huge positive play that gets wiped out because of a penalty. Once again, those don't go with Tua's stats. The media never pays any attention because it's a flag. It's a no play in the general sense. So Tua's still looking great out here, folks. Here we go, stepping up into the pocket, launching it deep. Oh, launching it deep to Matt Collins. And does this not look like every other big-time right-handed quarterback going down the field right here, folks? Let's count the yards on this one. Let's count the yards. He's going to step up, throw it from the 30-yard line, and get it all the way down to the 20. So we get 50 yards clean right here, and it breaks big for the touchdown. Once again, right-handed side. Everybody was saying that this was underthrown and not 100% on the money. Well, first of all, he's evading getting sacked right here. Look at this man step up in the pocket, just delivering a wide open ball. All you have to do is get it there. He gets it there, and it's enough in stride where he's able to catch it and go the last 20 yards for the touchdown. So everybody was knocking this play by Tua, maybe because it was left-handed, but now it's right-handed, and doesn't it look gosh dang good right here? I mean, come on, start giving Tua more credit, folks, credit. You don't have to say he's the best quarterback in the league. That's not what we're saying. All we're saying is that he's better than the majority of the quarterbacks that everybody else loves to kind of recognize, especially in the national media, like Sam Darnold, like Daniel Jones. Who else do we get? I'm sure I'm missing quarterbacks. Here we go. Play action pass. Tua rolling out, setting up the screen. Unfortunately, incomplete pass. All right, what do we get here? 3rd and 1. Tua, the gamer. Quarterback sneak. Tua. Do they get this? They get this? What'd they mark this? They marked this first down? No, they marked that short. Okay, maybe Tua, not the true. He's not a big quarterback, 6 foot. We don't like him running, not the beefiest, so can't pick up the cute quarterback sneak quite there. But once again, here we go, hitting Jalen Waddle. Look at this, wide open, boom, puts it on the money, puts it in stride so he can go another 5-10. He steps out of bounds. That's not on Tua right there. That could have broke big for like 40-plus yards. Tua dropping back to pass. Boom. Look at the accuracy right here. Holy cow. 3rd and 7. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Right on the marker. Boom. But because it's in left-handed version, y'all don't think it looks good. Here it is in right hand. Absolutely perfection on the accuracy. All the end arounds that has Tua with the ball in his hands. Throws it. Boom. Strike. 15 yards. Open on the money. Play action, Tua, boom, strike on the money, got the ball out of his hands quickly, design play, all that. Looking great here in the 4th quarter, tie game, clutch, wide receiver screen, puts it on the money, accurate. Unfortunately, the receiver couldn't get that many yards out of it, but it was not on Tua's fault. Sets up a 3rd and 1 now, still in the 4th quarter, Tua, boom, oh my God, look at this. Tua could have handed the ball off right here, a little bit of read option, 2 receivers going out for passes, and boom, makes the right decision, picks up the first down on 3rd and 1 in the 4th quarter, tie game, clutch, trying to go in for the score here, play action pass, rolling out to the right, and once again dumps it down to the right guy, picks up about 6 yards, and makes it 2nd down, but we have to fast forward to 3rd down to when Tua is throwing the ball right here, and unfortunately this one, just not enough, a little too, this one was a little inaccurate, a little bit too much inside right here thrown by Tua. Got to throw that one a little bit more outside, and the defender was able to make a play on the ball right there. But they get roughing the passer on Tua, a little bit of a bailout. Everybody's taking bailouts. Give Tua a bailout, and this is truly, roughing the passer. What the hell is that? So Tua on 3rd and goal on his second chance right here, and boom, stays in the pocket. He's falling down, or falling backwards, and boom, he gets the ball out in front of the goal line, and that's the touchdown. Getting it done. Tua getting it done. Goes up 7 now, and that's all they really needed. They score an extra 3 points to win by 10. Or I think they officially won by 7. But yeah, just Tua getting it done. What? We just watched 7 minutes of Tua, folks. What is this man doing that's so gosh dang garbage that y'all are not giving this man any believability? Here it is in right-handed quarterback version, which you see every single Sunday. Does this not look exactly like winning football? Winning, good, productive, clutch, accurate, moving the ball down the field, putting your team in position to score, making the right reads, having the deep ball 50 yards, accurate as heck on the sideline, making the right reads on read options, making the right reads on 3rd down. Is this now exactly what we see every single week by all the other quarterbacks that are good in this league? Come on, folks. I think it's a little biased if you're saying it's either biased or you're just not watching the games of why you would say Tua is not a good quarterback in this league, folks. Here it is. He's right-handed. He's looking absolutely phenomenal. So, well done by Tua again. Another great win for Tua again, even though that literally the entire offense is truly holding him back, as we see all the flags that got called back, as we saw all the non-aggressiveness by the play calling. It's literally everybody else besides Tua, folks. Tua's great. Right-handed Tua's great. Left-handed Tua's great. Inverse Tua's great. If Tua threw the ball with his foot, I'm sure it'd be equally as great, folks. So, Tua, folks. Tua, he's the real deal. It's seeming like we have to do Wednesday film study with the Dolphins every single week to show y'all, and it's not... It's so much disrespect. It's too much disrespect. And we've got no problem with disrespect here and there. We see it all the time. Playful disrespect, real disrespect. We don't really mind too much. But when it's the blatant, utter disrespect over and over and over again, that's why we call out Vegas on almost a weekly basis for just being so gosh dang disrespectful. Vegas disrespected. Did y'all remember they disrespected Titans like 5 straight weeks of giving them points, and now everybody in the national media says they're the number 1 team in the league? That was before they got blown out by the Texans. Once again, it's like the national media, they don't get it. They either don't get football, or they're not watching, or they're just going for clicks. So whatever it is, Tua's great. That's all I know, and we will keep saying that, and y'all can continue to be wrong saying he's bad. That's fine. Alrighty, we are going a little late here. We still got a lot of things to do. What do we do next? All right, let's go to, what do we do? Let's go to Texans game. Let's just quickly see what happened here with Ryan Tannehill and the Texans, or in the Titans. Obviously, losing is never good. We've seen this Titans offense flounder ever since Derrick Henry has, been out, and that's because Ryan Tannehill is now not just a game manager anymore, folks. He has to go out there and kind of be the reason why they win these games and why they're moving the ball consistently on offense. It all falls on Ryan Tannehill. And what do we get when it all falls on Ryan Tannehill? It usually doesn't end the best. Why we call Ryan Tannehill a game manager, why we kind of lump Ryan Tannehill and Baker Mayfield in the same category together, because they need the run. They do need the running game. Pieces here and there help. They don't need the best pieces to be successful. They just truly need a great running game. And now that the Titans don't have a very good running game, it all falls on Ryan Tannehill to get it done. He threw the ball 52 times. I did the research, folks. That's the most he's ever thrown in an entire game. He's actually never thrown for more than 50 times ever with the Dolphins. It only came this time 52 throws. So when it all relies on Ryan Tannehill to go get the job done. Once again, 3 years ago in the AFC Championship game when it was Titans and Chiefs, Ryan Tannehill had to kind of throw the ball because Derrick Henry was getting locked up. Once again, a great game plan by the Chiefs to lock down Derrick Henry and to force Ryan Tannehill to win you the game. He couldn't do it. So I want to go on some of these, all the interceptions we're going to see because, I mean, this was a close game, really kind of a one-possession game in the grand scheme of things where they were always very close of kind of tying it up or overtaking the Texans for the lead. So I just want to watch these interceptions, seeing what Ryan Tannehill was looking like on some of these third downs that resulted into punts and all that to see, do we truly have to sell this team 100%? Is there any viability with just Ryan Tannehill in this defense without a running game? So let's see what we're getting here by Ryan Tannehill, his decision making, how he's looking throwing the ball. Is it accurate? Is it not? What is he looking like? So let's go up to some key moments in this game and see what we get here by Ryan Tannehill. So let's go with, we get a 3rd and 12, and this drive stalls. First drive of the game here, we get a 3rd and 12. Let's see what we get here by Ryan Tannehill. Can't pick it up. Here we go. He just dumps it down, and that's, I mean, it just falls like 2 yards short. But this is where it should have gone. The ball should have gone there. I've got no problem with the ball going there. Now we get 4th down, and this was a penalty. So they were going to go for it on 4th and 2. There's a penalty, and then it brings up 4th and 7, and they have to punt it. But over there on that first drive, that was not on Ryan Tannehill. That was a good place to go with the ball. Just unfortunately comes up 2 yards short, and it seemed like they were planning on going for it on 3rd down and then going for it on 4th down. So they just wanted a chunk play to make it an easier 4th down. But unfortunately, the offsides backs them up 5 yards. So on the first drive, didn't really stall that much because of Ryan Tannehill. But now we get the second drive right here. It's driving well, but then Ryan Tannehill throws a pick right here in the red zone. 3rd and 6 from the 18-yard line. Ryan Tannehill dropping back to pass. And, I mean, just throws it right to the linebacker. Didn't see him or what? I mean, they're showing pressure right here. I'm assuming Ryan Tannehill assumed everybody's coming. But he drops out at the last second, and then he's the one that makes the pick. So Ryan Tannehill not seeing this defender. We could bring this one in the all-22 just to see. And man, oh man, this website is so gosh dang good. Folks, there's 2 games. NFL.com website is so trash, and the Game Pass is trash as well. But there's 2 games that went on Sunday that on NFL.com that still show the game has not been played. The Cowboys game shows it hasn't been played, and the Packers game shows it hasn't been played. So we can't see any stats from that game. We can't watch any highlights from that game. We can't watch the all-22 from that game. So it's just a trash website. I don't know what the hell is going on over here. All right, but here we go. Ryan Tannehill. Same play right here. Was there anything better to go to? I know he thought this one was open, but was there anything that was 100% open? I mean, not really. So Ryan Tannehill thought he saw something, didn't see that last defender, and it results in an interception when they could have came away with at least 3 points to tie up the game. Alrighty, let's go to the next drive right here. They have to punt. Why do they have to punt? We get a 3rd and 1 run here. Let's watch this 3rd and 1 run. Unfortunately, once again, the rushing game for the Titans is truly lackluster without Derrick Henry, and we get it right here, 3rd and 2. They hand off the ball, and it gets nothing. It gets nothing. If this was a read option, I don't think it was, but if it was a read option, Ryan Tannehill definitely could have kept his ball. Because that edge crashed down. Ryan Tannehill would have been able to pick that up. And it's interesting. Once again, we don't know the entire play. We don't know what the actual play was. But if this was a read option, and literally every time you're running the ball with Ryan Tannehill, it really should always be kind of a read option because Ryan Tannehill does have that nice speed off the edge, especially like on a 3rd and 2. I should classify it as this. Every rushing play on 3rd and 3 or less, or 4th down and less, when you're going for a running play, Ryan Tannehill should always have the option of pulling the ball down and running with it himself, like it should have been on this play. I mean, look at this. I mean, look at all this. This is at least 10 yards pickup here by Ryan Tannehill. That maybe, if the blocking is good and kept up here on the outside, that Ryan Tannehill takes it 70 yards to the house. It could have been like that. So unfortunate there. Didn't seem like Ryan Tannehill could have kept this ball. Just the way he kind of handed it off. I don't know. But we don't know what the play was. Alrighty, next drive right here. Turnover on downs. Why? We get a 3rd and 2 pass here by Ryan Tannehill that only goes for 1 yard. And then we get Adrian Peterson, unfortunately. I know we talked about it a little bit earlier in the show. He unfortunately got cut. But he could not pick up the 1 yard, and that's why they have to turnover on downs on 4th and 1. But let's watch it right here. 3rd and 2. They're at the Texans' 32-yard line. Dropping back to pass, he just dumps it down, and this is just a little bit short. Anthony Fursker comes back to the ball a little bit. Ryan Tannehill floats this ball out, really had to zing it in there. And it's a great defense right there to force the receiver to come up about a yard short right here. This is where the play is designed to go. You get the little bit of a pick right here. That probably could have been called for illegal contact about 3 yards down the field, but Ryan Tannehill dumps it down and is just a yard short. That sets up 4th and 1. And now, once again, the running game getting stuffed right here. Adrian Peterson couldn't even get a yard, and that's probably why they cut him, honestly. Gets stuffed right in the backfield. Can't do anything. And another opportunity to come away with some points and coming away with nothing. Now still 0 points on the board. Alrighty, Ryan Tannehill at the end of half trying to do something. We get 1st and 5 at the Texans' 24-yard line. Ryan Tannehill gets called for intentional grounding. There's a 10-second runoff, and they can't kick a field goal. And here they are once again at the 24-yard line in the scoring territory of the Texans. And this time, Ryan Tannehill makes a big old boneheaded play of getting intentional grounding. 10-second runoff, no timeouts, only 9 seconds left. So here we go. Ryan Tannehill dropping back to pass, escaping pressure out of the pocket and just flings it up, nobody around, and he gets called for intentional grounding. I don't know if I truly agree with the call. Ryan Tannehill could have escaped the pressure a little bit more. I don't know why he just flung it. You can utilize your legs. There's all this room on the right side. So once again, Ryan Tannehill, when the pressure's on him to get it done, he comes up short most of the time, folks, most of the time. And we still get 3 interceptions more in the second half. Here we go. We get a touchdown pass for Ryan Tannehill, so let's not clown him too much right here. Let's give him a little respect and shout him out a little bit, just a little bit. We won't give him too much credit for this loss. But here we go. We get a touchdown pass right here. It's 18 yards. Let's watch this one. They're down 19-0. End of the third quarter, 2 minutes left. And Ryan Tannehill fits this ball in immaculately, folks. Second defender coming over the top right here, and he just squeezes it in absolutely pristinely. Let me go from the I want to go from the end zone right here, because we might be able to get a great angle of how well this ball was fat. It was fat in there. Fitted, past tense of fitted. Is it fitted? Fitted it in there? Fatted in there? I like fatted in there. I know I'm changing the vowels, but he fat it right in there, folks. Here it is. Look at this angle. Ooh, oh yeah, this is perfect. Ryan Tannehill with the great accuracy right here. Ooh, look at that window. Ooh, that's a great-ass window. Tight-ass window. Got it in there. Touchdown, Ryan Tannehill. All right, that's his one praise for the day. That's it. Everything else was not great by this man. All right, so let's go back to the broadcast film, and that goes for the touchdown, makes it competitive, 19-6. So once again, Ryan Tannehill back in the game now, 19-6, still manageable game out here to try and win. An entire quarter to go. You've been able to move the ball between the 20s really solidly, as we see. They're always in the Texans' opposing positions. Once again, always going for it, not taking the points. Take the points. Can we start taking the points a little bit more calculatedly? I don't mind going for it on 4th down. I'm not the prude of saying never go for it on 4th down and you're throwing away the game and you're losing the game. But I think we've gotten way carried away with the 4th downs and always going for it and trying to, get as many yards as we can before halftime for a field goal and all that. I think we're just doing a little bit too much. We went from probably not doing it enough to doing it way too much in a year span. So I think we're going to kind of correct a little bit as a whole. I don't know if it's going to come at the back end of this season in the playoffs or if it's going to come next season, but I think the 4th downs have gotten a little bit, folks. It's a little bit out of hand. And Brandon Staley, we're looking at you for starting this revolution of going for it every single time on 4th down. All right, but here we go. Ryan Tannehill on 4th and 6. Now that the game, there's more pressure on him to get it done. Ryan Tannehill on 4th and 6. It's an incomplete pass. Gotta pick this up here once again at the 24-yard line of the Texans. And you're already down 2 possessions right here. You're down 19-6. You're down 13 points. So once again, doing a field goal, you're still down 2 possessions. So I don't mind it right here. This is a good opportunity to go for it on 4th and 6. But now we're focusing back to Ryan Tannehill of not getting it done when he needs to, when the pressure's on him. Here we go. Ryan Tannehill, 4th and 6. What can this man do at the 24-yard line? Solid time time to throw, steps up in the pocket, and he just tries to throw it, and the defender makes a great play on this ball to bat it down at the last second. Let's take this one in the all 22 to see, was there anywhere he should have went with this ball? Plenty of time to throw, and I'm sure there was probably somebody open on this play that he maybe missed. Let's see, was there anywhere to go on this play? Let's watch. Here we go. First kind of breaks on these routes. Nothing truly open. Really nothing open at that first down marker. Now, he escapes out of the pocket now. Alrighty, keeping his eyes down the field. Anything open. He's got this guy in the middle of the field. This is who he is going to throw to. Maybe threw it a tad too late, but he threw it kind of inside the defender, just made a great read on the ball right there to break it up. So that's really not even on Ryan Tannehill right there. That's just great defense by the Texans. Once again, a reason why we still have a little bit of buyability in this Texans team. Now that Tyrod's back, healthy, good to go, a couple of games under his belt, this Texans team is not what they were in the first half of the season, folks. We have to eliminate that the Texans are a trash team narrative from our mind. Once again, just kind of every single week, revisiting our narratives. Should we be up with these narratives? Is this a new team? And this Texans team is a new team now that they have Tyrod Taylor back in action. All right, and now we're going to get the 3 interceptions by Ryan Tannehill. So let's watch these, and then we'll end our film study with the Titans and Ryan Tannehill. So let's bring it back into the broadcast footage so we get the nice ground level. So we can truly critique, truly knock Ryan Tannehill for this interception. Here we go. 1st and 10. And once again, they're at the Texans' 25-yard line. They're always in the Texans' freaking field. Here we go. Dropping back to pass. He's going deep in this one. Just no real great separation by the receiver and the defender. Don't really know why Ryan Tannehill took this shot overall. I mean, there's about 3 defenders in the vicinity, and he doesn't throw it well, and the defender's able to play this ball. He doesn't throw this one high where only the receiver can get it. He lofts his ball, and the defender is able to make a great play on this ball. Once again, Ryan Tannehill not having that great zip on the ball. We just saw it a couple of plays ago on that 3rd down to Anthony Firsker. That sets up the 4th down that Adrian Peterson couldn't run for. And then we get this one. I mean, just kind of lofting it up about like 2 yards in front of the end zone. That's not a good ball to throw on 1st down as well. There's no need to take that big shot and to throw that ball so inaccurately on a big shot like that. So that's on Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill throws another touchdown pass. Let's watch this one. Let's watch this one. Let's see if we give credit to Ryan Tannehill here. We already gave him his 1 credit. I don't want to give him too much credit for this loss. But here we go. Ryan Tannehill at the 5, 1st and goal. Dumps it down. And gets fumbled, and it gets recovered into the end zone, and they rule a touchdown. So it's not like Ryan Tannehill fit it in like that other pass. That was good. All right, now we get 2 more interceptions by Ryan Tannehill. Here we go. 3rd interception of the game. Here we go. They're at their own 26-yard line this time, and they're only down 6. So 3rd and 13, down 6 points, 1 possession. You finally brought it back. It's a game again. Show your clutch ability. Show that you can get it done without having Derrick Henry. Here we go. At their own 26-yard line, 3rd and 13. Ryan Tannehill in the shotgun, dropping back to pass. Pressure got there quick as heck, and he just tries to hit a receiver, tries to get the ball out of his hands, has to do something on 3rd and 13, can't take the sack, and he just throws it into double coverage and didn't seem on the same page as the receiver, and that's an easy interception for the defense, and the game is over with this interception, but we get 1 more interception, so let's pile it on with Ryan Tannehill here. Game's over now. 2-possession game, 2.5 minutes left. Ryan Tannehill at the Texans' 47-yard line, 3rd and 4, drops back to pass. He's going to go and doesn't see the defender, and he's able to pick him off really easy right here. Once again, Ryan Tannehill being a little lackadaisical with the ball. Doesn't seem like he's truly driving this ball in that well. These balls seem not enough zip on it. And that's just, I don't know the measurements. I don't have a stopwatch. I don't have any velocity meters on me. But just watching this ball get out of his hands, it just doesn't seem to have that oomph, that zip. It seems like these balls are kind of staying in the air a little bit longer than they probably should be, and they're just hanging in there, and the defenders are making great reads on this ball. So overall, Ryan Tannehill, we really don't have that much buyability in him to single-handedly win any of these games right here. So we'll see if he can turn it around this week. He doesn't play on Thanksgiving, so we don't have to worry about it too much right now. But we'll see what we get from this team and what Vegas puts the line at for this Titans team. They have the Patriots up this week, a tough defense for them. So this is truly going to be a bar that we need to see Ryan Tannehill kind of excel at. This is a game that they need to win against a good defense. So overall, it's just Ryan Tannehill. He's Baker Mayfield, folks. He's an above-average game manager. He can get it done when he has a nice running game and some solid pieces. He can always make the right reads when the pressure is not on him. Once the pressure comes on him, he does not handle it well. Same thing with Baker Mayfield. So that's where we're at with Ryan Tannehill. All right, we had two other film studies to watch. The Eagles, I wanted to watch Jalen Hurts for a second consecutive week, and also shout out the defense a little bit for the Eagles. And I also just wanted to watch Justin Herbert because we finally got another good game by him. He's kind of floundered the last 3 weeks besides the game against the Steelers. So we could watch those a little bit later, maybe on Saturday's show. Chargers, Eagles, they don't play on Thanksgiving, so it's not any time-pressing content we got to get out to you. So we'll try to do that on maybe Saturday show if we have time. Tomorrow's show, I don't know if we'll have time because it's going to be a quick one for Thanksgiving. But we'll see what we get, and we'll see if we can come back to those. All right, but now let's head over and unveil our new top 10, and then we will predict and react to these Thanksgiving Day lines. So here we go. Let's update our power rankings. This was the power rankings heading into Week 11. We had the Vikings at 10, Raiders at 9, Bucks at 8, Patriots at 7, Rams at 6, Packers at 5, Titans at 4, Bills at 3, Cardinals at 2, and the Cowboys the number 1 team in the NFL. Alrighty, this was heading into Week 11. We just saw Week 11. So now that we've got Week 11 under our belt, preparing up for Week 12 with Thursday games and Sunday games still, let's see what our new top 10 is going to be heading into Week 12. Alrighty, we also have 2 teams exiting the top 10, so we have to add 2 new teams. We'll tell you the Raiders are out of the top 10. Truly unfortunate. We put them to number 9 heading into Week 11. We gave them another chance, and they floundered again offensively, defensively, so we officially have to move the Raiders out of the top 10. Truly unfortunate. So a new team will be entering. And we also are moving the Bills out of the top 10. Yes, we're moving the Bills from number 3 to out of the top 10. Some other great teams right here in this Bills team seeming to potentially be frauds. I really thought the defense could win them every single game, honestly. And that's why we had them so high in our power rankings. It obviously wasn't the offense. It was really the defense here. But they're still not running the ball. They got exposed by the Colts running game. And they usually were good against the run and all that. They just got blown out that game. Real bad taste in our mouth. We've got to see the run be established first, and then we have to see Josh Allen be somewhat good. We haven't really seen him be good this season like he was last season, so we're done with the Bills. If you're truly contenders, prove it to us this week. Prove it to us probably next week as well. We'll probably have to see 2 back-to-back games by this Bills team before we put them back in the top 10. Or if other team flounders, then we can put the Bills back in the top 10. But we've had some great performances by other teams that are just better than what we're getting from the Bills. So we're moving the Bills out of the top 10. I don't care. Number 3 out of the top 10, I'll do it just like that. I got no problem doing so. All right, but let's start at number 10, work our way back up to number 1, and let's see what is going on in our power rankings. Alrighty, so new number 10 team. We're dropping this team down a lot as well. Not moving out of the top 10, but you get one more chance here. We're going to put the Titans at number 10 here, dropping down from number 4 to number 10. Alrighty, obviously the running game, not having a running game is truly affecting this Titans offense. It all goes on Ryan Tannehill. We just watched film on him. It all goes on Ryan Tannehill, and Ryan Tannehill is not the quarterback where all the pressure and the overall outcome of the game depends on him. He doesn't get it done. We see this by him. We know that's not his game. He's an above average game manager. He needs a running game. He needs a couple of pieces for him, and he needs the pressure not to be on him for him to win the team the games, which he usually does. We see this Titans team having great records ever since, they made him the starter over Marcus Mariota. He's getting it done because he's had Derrick Henry, because he's had some good pieces. He's been able to take care of the football, deliver the ball accurately to the open receiver, and that's why the Titans have been winning. But now it's shifted on him to win the games, and he cannot win the games. Multiple interceptions, not getting it done in the red zone, and all that. So we're going to give this Titans team one more chance here. They've got the Patriots this week, so this is going to be a true test. You've got a great defense, a good team overall here. I would like to see what they do in the running back position. If they sign Phillip Lindsay, I've got no problem moving this team up. I would just need to see Phillip Lindsay on the roster, and I can move this Titans team up in our power rankings because we believe in him so much as just a running back, which the Titans are missing. So we'll give this Titans team one more chance. The defense is real solid. It didn't even really break that much against the Texans. It was just unfortunate with Ryan Tannehill, all those turnovers and all that, the lackluster production. Offensively, the defense gave up. It was just like 22 points. It was still a winnable game by the Texans offense, always in the Texans field of play. So we're moving the Titans down to number 10. They got one more chance to try to win us back. Hopefully they do. I do like this Titans team. I like rooting for Ryan Tannehill. I like Mike Vrabel. I like this Titans team as a whole. It's just unfortunate they don't have Derrick Henry anymore. Truly unfortunate. So Titans at number 10. All right, new number 9 team right here. We're going to put the Ravens back in the top 10 right here. One of the 2 new teams to crack the top 10 this week. Ravens at number 9. Winning without Lamar Jackson was absolutely incredible. If you can ever win without your starting quarterback, that always just speaks to coaching and the buy-in ability of your team and all that. Next man up mentality. We didn't love Tyler Huntley, but he got it done, and he made some clutch throws in the fourth quarter to win the game, so we're never going to knock that. Also, not having Marquise Brown, their number 1 wide receiver, number 1 quarterback, number 1 wide receiver out, and you still win the game. I get it was against the Bears, but still, a win is a win. It was on the road, last second kind of decision not to play Lamar Jackson. Speaks to John Harbaugh's coaching, speaks to the players here of the Ravens, and obviously their defense is great. Held the Bears to, 13 points? So overall, this Ravens team, winning without your star quarterback, it impresses the heck out of me. We move the Ravens up to number 9. Alrighty, new number 8 team in our final new team cracking the top 10. We're moving the mother-loving Eagles, baby. Yes, sir. Eagles at number 8. Loving this team as a whole. Solid defense. Good defense, folks. I mean, they're forcing takeaways. They take advantage. They don't really allow you to put up that many points. They really lock it up in the red zone. This is a real winnable defense, folks. I don't think they're like in the top 10 of defenses. They're not going to get to play in the national media like the Cowboys defense and the Bills defense and the Patriots defense, but they're flying under the radar. The Eagles are flying under the radar. Jalen Hurts, fantastic. He's playing great. They're not asking too much out of him. They're utilizing all of his game, his legs, his passes, not like Matt Nagy with the Bears that is like, oh, Justin Fields, you're a dual threat quarterback. Well, no, you're not. You're only a passing quarterback here in Chicago, holding the team back. The Eagles don't do that. The running game was established. I think this Eagles team is the only team outside of the Titans and the Colts that have truly established a running identity this season. Everybody's falling in love with the pass, which I get it, but you still need the run game here. So the Eagles still getting the run game down, and they don't have great receivers. They have Devontae Smith, who's panning out to be a fantastic rookie receiver, but besides that, they're not deep here. They're not the Bucs. They're not the Cowboys. They don't have that many great wide receivers, and they're still making it work. Oh, and did we mention they have a rookie head coach in Nick Sirianni that is bringing this entire team together, slowly working on Jalen Hurts to get him where he needs to be, heading into kind of year 3. This Eagles team is young, but they're winning. They're competitive. They don't get blown out. They're finally learning how to score the ball consistently. So impressed with the Eagles here. Nick Sirianni is undervalued in the Coach of the Year standings. We've already talked about that earlier this week. And now we're going to give this Eagles team the true credit they deserve by putting them at number 8 in our power rankings. Absolutely love watching this Eagles team. Alrighty, new number 17. We're dropping this team down a little bit here. We're going the Packers. Good. They're good offensively, defensively here. Ended up losing close to the Vikings. Probably shouldn't have lost. It was a close game overall here. But there's just other teams that are doing a little bit better than this Packers team. We don't have to say anything on Aaron Rodgers. We all know it's Aaron Rodgers. He's fantastic. This Packers defense is really top notch. I would probably say it's a top 5 defense statistically. Just watching them and breaking them down every single week. This Packers team, they force the takeaways. They don't really allow you to put up that many points on them. Yes, they kind of, the Vikings game last week, it was a division rival, and we do like this Vikings team overall. We have viability in this Vikings team, and we're going to call them at number 6 in a second. But yeah, Packers at number 7 right here. It just seems like This offense, obviously, it goes as far as Aaron Rodgers takes them. They did good not having Aaron Jones behind them and rocking with A.J. Dillon because Aaron Jones was out. So that was great by the Packers of being competitive. We believe in A.J. Dillon. We never thought the Packers running game would kind of flounder without Aaron Jones out here. So this Packers team, overall, it's a good team. This is a really good team. But Aaron Rodgers, we know how he is. He could get a little lackadaisical. He could get a little fed up at any moment right here. It could happen. But overall, some other teams kind of maybe outplaying them, and they ended up still losing the game. We still have to take that into somewhat consideration, losing the game overall. So we got to drop them back a little bit here from 5-7, but it's not 100% on them themselves. Alrighty, new number 6 team here. We're going to go the Vikings. We're moving them up from number 10 to number 6, and this is kind of why we had to move the Packers down from 5 to 6 and then from 6 to 7, because I got to move up this Vikings team a little bit. Alright, so this Vikings team, they're there, folks. Offensively, defensively, they are there. They have to clean up the turnovers. We still had turnovers last week by this Vikings team and potential turnovers by this Vikings team, and that's why we are truly concerned about this Vikings team. If it's not those turnovers, we're buying this Vikings team almost 100%, folks. They're getting it done. Kirk Cousins, he can air it out. He has the stats. He has the arms. He's got the receivers. Justin Jefferson, oh my gosh, how great is this dude out here? Still getting it done this year after a great rookie year last year. Adam Thielen's being a fantastic number 2. Having Dalvin Cook, an A1 tier 1 running back in this league. It's all panning out, and it's all truly coming together here. They're figuring out how to win games. That's fantastic. They're winning close games. Once again, a close game against the Packers where they take the lead, and then they give Aaron Rodgers a ball, and he scores in 9 seconds. They take the lead again, and then it's on the Vikings to go out and win the game, and then they won the game. Unfortunately, Kirk Cousins almost threw an interception that could have lost them the game. So that's why we're a little hesitant on moving the Vikings here at number 6. I mean, the gap between 6 and 7, folks, is truly minuscule. I mean, it's like a flip of the coin whether we should have put the Packers at 6 or 7 or anything like that, but Vikings ended up getting the win, so we just have to value that a little bit more. That's a tiebreaker. We move the Vikings to 6. Alrighty, number 5 team, we're going the Patriots. They move all the way up from 7 to 5 here. Defense is rocking. They're murdering quarterbacks out there. They're making the quarterbacks' decision-making miserable with all the turnovers and all that. They're getting pressure on the quarterback. Patriots, what do we call them? The provocateur defense that is the Patriots. They're getting it done. Mac Jones is playing sensational game-managing football out here, getting it done as a rookie. They're not asking him to do too much. The running game is looking real gosh dang good with Ramondre Stevenson getting into the mix now with Damian Harris, and they also had Sony Michel. I mean, this was a really great running team at the beginning, and then they started to trade them all away and all that. So this Patriots team, Bill Belichick is back. They're back at the AFC East. They're looking real gosh dang good, and once again, it's just classic Patriots football. Smothering defense, moving the ball offense. It's as simple as that, and once again, it is killing 20 straight years in a row. Patriots at 5. Alrighty, new number 4 team. Obviously, we have to move the Titans down. We already did that. And the new number 4 team is going to be the Bucks. Tom Brady, when he doesn't turn over the ball, is really, really good. And the defense is really, really good. And they're able to move the ball consistently. So many pieces. And Tom Brady, you're never going to do anything that he's never seen before. He can handle it for the most part. The interceptions the last couple of weeks, he still threw a pick last week as well. Not his fault. Mike Evans going to hold on to the ball, and it slipped around. It was wide receiver screen, all that. But this Bucks team, I mean, it's Tom Brady. He gets it done. They get it done. Bruce Arians, smart. Mike Evans, one of the best wide receivers in this league. Leonard Fournette's getting it done. He's getting better, catching the ball out of the backfield like every game as well. He was solid in the Super Bowl and the playoffs doing it so, and he's starting to, once again, get it done and get it kind of up to kind of dual threat running back caliber level. So Bucks defense is good. Offense is great. Brady, it's Brady, folks. It's Brady. We put Brady at number 4. That's what it is. Brady at number 4. All right, Bills no longer number 3, obviously, and we move this Rams team. And how about this? This Rams team on a bye, and they move up from number 6 to number 3 by just doing nothing. But the last time we saw this Rams team, the defense... the defense, hang on. Last time we saw this Rams team, was that the 49ers game? I think that was. Yeah, that was the 49ers game. where they floundered big time. But, I mean, for what this Rams team is, it was an outlier game overall. The defense is great. The offense is great. Sean McVay, hopefully OBJ doesn't ruin this team. I probably am a little jumping the gun a little bit here. I think I'm jumping the gun a little bit here, moving the Rams from 6-3 without them playing. Is that how we really feel over here? Saying it out loud, folks. That's what we do. That's why we do the show as well. We like to say things out loud. Just, thinking things in your head and, just kind of saying things casually here and there. I don't know. I don't know if I want to keep this Rams team at number 3. This is what we're going to do. We're going to move. All right, we're moving the Rams to number 5. Is that what we want to do? All right, we'll move the Rams to 5. We'll move them up one spot. Move them up one spot off the bye. And then we move the Patriots to 4 and the Bucs to 3. That's what we're going to do. I'm not ready to move this Rams team all the way up to top 5 quite yet. We'll leave them at 5 and see what they can do coming out of this week with OBJ to see if they can kind of get him and him not ruining the overall chemistry of this team and all that. So we'll move the Rams up a spot to number 5. That's what we'll leave it. All right. And then number 1 and number 2, it's every single week. These teams are flip-flopping back and forth. We're going to move the Cowboys to number 2, folks. Obviously losing, never great, especially having Dak. And then the Cardinals winning once again without Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins. Absolutely fantastic by Colt McCoy to get it done. And once again, speaks to the coach and Cliff Kingsbury, all that. The defense for this Cardinals team still great as well. We don't have to worry about this Cardinals defense, anything like that. Winning without Kyler Murray, super impressive. We move them back up to number 1. Cowboys move back down to number 2 for losing against the Chiefs, but we're not moving this team that much back because the defense still got it done. Held the Chiefs at 19 points, only 3 points in the second half. Fantastic. Dak, missed a couple of throws. Receivers dropped a couple of throws. Running game overall wasn't that great. The line really, truly wasn't that great that game. But overall, it was the defense that kept them in it, and just unfortunately, the offense just couldn't get it together in that game on the road. But overall, this Cowboys team as a whole is still there. The defense, the Walk of Fame defense, is fantastic. We know this. So, this is our top 10 heading into Thanksgiving Day games, folks. Here we go. Titans at 10, Ravens at 9, Eagles at 8, Packers at 7, Vikings at 6, Rams at 5, Patriots at 4, Bucs at 3, Cowboys at 2, and the Cardinals, again, the number 1 team in the NFL. Alrighty, and then the last thing we have to do for today's show is predict and react to the Thanksgiving Day lines. We will make our official Thanksgiving Day predictions tomorrow on the show. But first, we have to see if Vegas is giving us any great disrespectful value right here. So here we go. First game up is Bears at Lions, 12:30, Thanksgiving Day. Don't miss it, folks. Bears at Lions. Matt Nagy's last game coaching right here. Does he go out with the win? Probably, because it's the Lions, and that's the only saving grace for this Bears team overall. Jared Goff is questionable. Hopefully he's good to go. Anthony Lynn is still not calling plays, and we kind of saw what Dan Campbell did calling plays, not having Jared Goff. It was okay. It resulted into a close loss. We give the Lions a little bit of credit, I guess. So we'll see what Dan Campbell can do with Jared Goff at the helm. And then this Bears team, it's not Justin Fields. It's going to be Andy Dalton quarterbacking here, so that's nothing great. The Bears probably win because of their defense. We know this Lions offense, they can't get it done in the red zone. They can't score the ball, really. So this Lions team probably still loses. This Bears team, I'm going to call it Bears -3 on the road. They're not that much better than this Lions team, but this Bears defense is still solid. The team overall in Chicago is not good, and it's Matt Nagy holding the entire team back. So we'll call it Bears -3. Lions, they're so bad, and the Bears are bad, but they're not as bad as the Lions are. Alrighty, then we get the Raiders at the Cowboys, 4:30 on Thanksgiving Day. Cowboys at home looking to shake off that unfortunate offensive performance, but the defense was still there, and this Raiders team against this Cowboys defense, good luck. And I truly mean that because we do like this Raiders team, and we do like Derek Carr and all that, and we do want to see this Raiders team not make the playoffs again this year after starting out so gosh dang good. But overall, it's the Cowboys defense, and this Raiders defense isn't anything that great, so this Cowboys offense should be able to kind of get rid of that. I mean, remember the last time Derek Carr had the last time Dak Prescott had a bad game, what did he do? Bounce back and won the game big time, impressive. I'm sure that's what they do exactly here. So the defense smothers the Raiders. The Cowboys offense smothers the Raiders defense. Not going to be a good day for this Raiders team on a short turnaround for them, unfortunate. We're going to call this one Cowboys -10. I mean, this defense, I don't see this Raiders team putting up any points, and it's going to be unfortunate because we want to buy this Raiders team, but we're not going to be able to, especially if they get blown out like we predict them to. We'll call it Cowboys -10, folks. All right, then we get the Bills at the Saints. Bills struggling here. They need to establish the running game. Do they do it? Short turnaround. Hopefully they do on the road. I mean, this is calling for a running game. We'll see if the Bills do it. Saints, Alvin Kamara hopefully back as well this week. Still a little questionable. He should be good to go. I'm assuming he's playing, and we'll know maybe a little bit from the line as well. Trevor Siemian should still get the start here. Hopefully the Saints offense can open up a little bit. We don't think it does. The Bills defense should be able to handle this Saints offense pretty much no problem just because they don't stretch the field vertically. And it's really just going to come down to this Bills offense. Is this Bills offense good or not? Can Josh Allen return to a little bit of what he was doing last season? We're going to call this one Bills -3.5. I don't think it should be that big of a spread right here. I think they've lost their right for having big old spreads. Remember, all season long, -10, -12, -13.5, -13.5. I think they were -14.5 at one point this season. So Bills, I think they've lost the right for all those big old spreads right there. The defense is still getting it done, but the offense, they're just struggling, and we've seen this. This was one of our worries in the beginning of the season with the Bills, never closing out the door offensively. The defense was so good, multiple turnovers, holding the opposing teams at like 0 to 3 points in the first half, but the Bills only putting up like 7, 10. I think the most they put up was like 17, and they was still a little bit of a close game. So this Bills offense, they just need to get figured out, and we'll see. The Saints defense is solid. It's a solid, real defense right here, and we'll see if they're able to get it done at home here. So we'll call it Bills -3.5. Alrighty, now here we go. Let's update these lines and see where we are in relation to Vegas. Are we right on par? Are we way off? Is Vegas being absolutely disrespectful? Let's find out. Here we go. Let's refresh these lines, and these lines are up to date. So here we go. We get Bears at Lions. We predicted this one, Bears -3, and it's Bears -3. Exactly what we're thinking. So fantastic to us. We know this game. We're probably going to stay away from taking this game. Well, we'll pick winners. We will pick winners for all the games because there's only 3 on. So this one's going to be tough, really, to decide. Do we swallow the 3 or do we take the 3? Matt Nagy's last game, all that. Andy Dalton, we don't love him. He'll be okay. He'll be serviceable. He's always serviceable. This Lions team, though, Thanksgiving Day game at home, looking for their first win. Dan Campbell's calling the plays, most likely for Jared Goff. I think I'm going to take the Lions plus the points here. They're clamoring. They've been clamoring all season for a win right here, and really all close. I mean, these games really for this Lions team have all really been close. Let me figure it out. Let me get up their schedule quickly, because I want to say they've been blown out, maybe twice, 3 times max. They're usually decently in the game, and like a blowout for this Lions team is really anything more than 10 points, where usually a blowout for any other team is probably, 1 possession. Well, maybe 10 points as well. So we'll call a blowout like a 10-point loss here for the Lions. How many 10-point losses, more than 10-point losses, do they have for blowouts? Against the 49ers, game 1, they lose by 8, but they put up 33 points. That's not a blowout. Against the Packers, they get blown out. They lost 35-17. That is a blowout. That is one blowout. Against the Ravens, they lose by 2 points. Against the Bears, they lose by 10 points. I'm not calling that a blowout. Against the Vikings, they lose by 2 points. Against the Bengals, they lose by 23 points. That's a blowout. That's the second blowout. Against the Rams, they lose by 9 points. Real close to the game. Remember, Jared Goff throws a pick at the end, and that's really why they lose. Against the Eagles, they get absolutely blown out. But shout out to this Eagles team. That's what we're saying, folks. The Eagles, real deal. After the bye, they tie Pittsburgh, and then they lose to the Browns. So 3 blowouts in 10 games for this Lions team. This is a real deal. It's not the real deal, but they've got fight, they got grit, and that definitely all comes from Dan Campbell. So I think we may be taking the Lions +3, but we're right on the spread. All right, then we get the Raiders at the Cowboys. We predicted this line at Cowboys -10, and it's only Cowboys -7.5 here. So some solid value. You don't have to swallow 10. We are going to have to swallow the half-a-point hook, unfortunately. We will be taking Cowboys -7.5. It's just a defense, folks. We can really rely on it. So, yeah, I mean, right around a little bit lower than our thinking. But, I mean, overall, for the most part, Vegas is saying, yeah, this Cowboys defense is the real deal. And we are seeing that in the spread line right here. They are giving a little credit to the Raiders here. Favoring them with the half-a-point hook right there. Just, probably could be a 7-point game. It wouldn't surprise me. But I'm thinking it's going to be more of a 10-point game when it's all said and done. But yeah, Cowboys right here, -7.5. Solid value. Wish we got it at 7 or 6.5. Unfortunately, not like that. All right, and then the last game, Bills at Saints. We predicted this one at Bills -3.5, and it's going to be Bills -6. Wow, okay. So Vegas is still standing strong with this Bills team. We know the Saints offense is right on the cusp of being great. It's right on the cusp, and we see it when they get down big, and they're still able to put up points in the fourth quarter and come back and move the ball and air it out and all that. So this Saints team, if they just let Trevor Siemian open it up from the get-go, it'll be so much of a better team out here. They're at home. We'll see if that changes. The Bills, have been at home really the entire year so far. They haven't had any really road trips that could give them trouble. This could be one. I think I may be leaning towards Saints +6, but we get one more day to sleep on the line, so we will take that one last night to sleep on this line. All right, so that is going to do it for us today, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We are back live tomorrow, not noon Eastern. I think we're going to do 11 a.m. 11 a.m. Eastern time, probably for an hour, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more. We'll see what happens. But we will be back tomorrow making our official picks for Thursday's games, talking about them a little bit more in depth. Maybe we'll have some special guests. Maybe. We'll see. And maybe we also do predict and react. No, we do. We do have to because it is Thursday. So we will predict and react to the rest of the week's lines coming up for our Friday show, Black Friday show special, where we make our official Black Friday picks and give you some good value on that. That's what we're looking for, the value. We're looking for the deals. We're coming at you on Black Friday with those deals on how to make money betting. Alrighty, folks. That is it for today. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. And got one more slumber before Turkey Day. Try not to eat anything so you can devour that turkey and all the other great sides. The mac and cheese. Ooh, the mac and cheese, folks. Oof, the mac and cheese, the stuffing, the potatoes. Can't eat today. We'll see you, folks.